I have a secret to tell everybody. Well, it's not exactly a secret now since it's the title of the video. Anyway, despite the fact that I'm a truck driving, apple pie eating, red, white, and blue bleeding, baseball watching, country music loving, American redneck, deep down, I'm very shy. I know this might come as a shocker to some people, due to the fact that I have such an online presence, but just because I make videos and like to chat with people online doesn't mean I'm not shy. So I'd like to talk about shyness and give some funny personal experiences related to it. Shyness is defined as being reserved or showing nervousness around company. That's pretty much how I've been for most of my life. Whenever I'm hanging out with 2 or 3 people, I'm fine. However, if it's a room of 10, that's when I start to get quiet, even if it's a group of people I know. I've generally never been one to brag about my accomplishments. Whenever somebody actually compliments my artwork or my videos, it actually takes me by surprise. Being shy and being an artist is quite the stressful combination, as you're constantly telling yourself, I've spent 3 hours on this drawing, and I hate it. Sure, I post my videos and artwork online for people to look at, but I'm not the one who obsesses with making sure everybody in the world gets to see it. I've also been very cautious. Whenever my friends and I would be playing outside around my house, I'd generally be the one who was the most concerned about us getting hurt. I remember when we were sledding, my friends built a ramp at the bottom of the hill for us to jump off of. They were in the sled, they were all pumped up and ready to go, and I was like, maybe this isn't such a good idea. The sled could tip over in midair and we could all fall out and break our necks. Ben, get out. Shy people are generally quiet, meaning that they're more observant of everything, and they have more attention to detail. Again, this is me. I'm too obsessed with perfection. This is kind of branching off the modesty part of being shy, but it really sucks when there's so much more I want to do with what I make, but I can't because I'm on such a tight schedule. Everything must be right! But thankfully, there's a part of me that appreciates imperfection, so when I do release my work, and I don't feel it's finished, I don't hate myself too much. Being shy does have its disadvantages. At times when I feel like I should be having fun and enjoying myself, I constantly worry about things that can go wrong. For example, we went to Six Flags for my 8th grade graduation. All my friends were running around having fun. Well, I had fun too. Walking around the park, watching everybody else have fun, meeting Daffy Duck. Yeah, I'm afraid of roller coasters. So unpredictable. When you're shy, you're less likely to break rules and be rebellious. This means that you're good at following directions and you don't talk back to authority figures. This is something that has come back to bite me in the butt on several occasions. When I was working as a janitor for my first job, one night my supervisor asked me to do something extra. I said, sure. This is when the snowball effect began. So, whenever another worker didn't show up, I was the go-to guy, meaning I had to do that person's work, on top of taking care of my own work, on top of doing all the other stuff my supervisor asked me to do. My coworkers saw this and were mad, saying my supervisor was giving me too much work, and they told me to tell him off. Telling a shy person to tell somebody off. You'd have better luck teaching a cat to bark. That leads to my next point. When you're shy, you do everything in your power to avoid conflict. Whenever I see 2 people arguing, to me, that's a whole lot of nope. But this also means that I suck at standing up for myself. Going back to working at McDonald's, there was one time they asked me if I wanted to do overnight shifts. My brain was like, whoa, hold on, let's think about this. You're going to college right now, you need to focus on your studies, you can't be working all night and sleeping all day. You've gone your whole life being a morning person. There's no reason for you to take this position. This job is not that important. So, what do you say? Okay! Yeah, I had to work overnights at McDonald's for a month. It wasn't fun. But that's what I get for being too shy to tell my managers no. However, there is one little thing that brings out my shyness more than anything. Girls. I don't know why, but I'm super shy around women. If they're friends or family of mine, I'm fine. But whenever I'm meeting a new girl, I get super awkward and nervous. It could be anything as casual as,
well, so, do you want that in class or credit?
or
Hello, handsome. What are you doing tonight?
It's too much for me. But when I know a girl long enough, I start to warm up to her, and I feel less shy the more I know her. However, my favorite part about being shy is that friendship matters to me. Shy people aren't as outgoing as social butterflies, meaning that they make fewer friends. However, the few friends they make, they get attached to, and they don't want to let go. So shy people tend to be loyal friends and stick with you as long as they can help it. A good example of this, I met my best friend online, and 9 years later, we're still chatting every day. Alrighty, now time for some funny shy stories. So here I am on my laptop, and a buddy of mine calls me on Skype. I've talked to him before, so I was perfectly comfortable chatting with him. I hit answer, and here's a call of 30 people all noticing me, asking me questions, and wanting me to chat. I freaked out. Too many people! I got out of that call as quickly as I could, completely taken aback. So, if any of my subs are trying to call me on Skype and I'm not answering, that's why. I don't feel comfortable talking to people I don't know. Here's a good one. So, my whole 5th grade class were gathered in a room to get free cookie samples from a company that came to speak at my school. I was going through puberty at the time and I was thinking about girls when the guy gave the presentation. I was walking up to get my sample and, well, let's just say Mr. Happy was happy. I didn't think anybody would notice. Until one of the kids shouted, "Look at Ben!" calling attention to my little guy. The room then erupted with laughter. That was probably the most embarrassing moment of my life. Took me a while to talk to my friends again after that incident. So, that's what it's like being shy. Shyness is seen as a negative trait by some, as quiet people aren't seen as very successful or social. But there are several positives to it. I just want to let all you shy folks out there know that you're not alone. You're very special, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Until next week, take it easy, fam.